In today's video, we're going to be going over 50 tips that you need to know in the brand new cooking update. From beginner tips all the way to pro level tips, you guys need to watch this video all the way to the end, does not matter what sort of player you are. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop straight into this video, but before that, if you guys could leave a like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to 300k and we're literally like 10,000 subscribers away, so hit that subscribe button. Let's get straight into this video. So the first tip I'm going to be showing you guys is probably the most useful tip in the game, like hands down, but not a lot of YouTubers or even people talk about this tip. For this, guys, you're gonna have to head over to the gear shop and find something called a magnifying glass. Now, of course, you guys already know what a magnifying glass does. It inspects plants to reveal the value without collecting them. So you don't have to collect your plants, you can leave them on your tree so it can get a bunch of new mutations. But what if you want to know how much that plant weighs? We don't have anything that tells us how much the plant actually weighs. But what if I told you there's a secret way to actually tell how much a plant weighs without collecting it? Yes, that's right. If you go ahead and get yourself a magnifying glass, and then you head over to the plant of your choosing. For example, I want to go ahead and see how much this massive bone blossom actually weighs. So this is going to be worth about 93,131,000, of course, with a bunch of mutations on it. Now, you could go ahead and clear those mutations and then see the valuation of it, or you can simply go ahead and get yourself a mutation calculator. Simply go to Google, search up mutation calculator, and there's so many free calculators. This one is personally my favorite. I'm not endorsing them or anything, by the way. This is just the one I've been using like forever. But here you simply want to go ahead and choose bone blossom just like this. And now you want to go ahead and choose the mutations your bone blossom has. As you guys can see, I have these 3 mutations right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on my bone blossom. There you go. Okay, now that you have your 3 mutations chosen, or however many mutations you have on your plant, you simply want to go ahead and play around with this weight gauge right here. For example, once again, my bone blossom is about 93,000 shekels. Or sorry, 93 million shekels. I'm just going to go ahead and play around with this. And as you guys can see, my bone blossom is probably weighing just under 18 kg. So it's probably like 17.85 maybe, 17.45. Ooh, that is quite close. And there you go. I think I found it, boys and girls. I think my bone blossom is about 17.31 kg. So as you guys can see, according to the calculator, a bone blossom with the moonlit, wet, and the temptations mutation, which weighs about 17.31 kgs, is about 93 million shekels. And as you guys can see, this thing is about that weight. So yeah, that is how you can go ahead and see how much your plant approximately weighs. But once again, this is not like 100% accurate, but at least now you know this thing is weighing about 17 kgs without harvesting it. Let me know what you think about this tip in the comments down below. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the second one. Because of the new cooking event, our gardens probably look like a complete mess, but not a lot of people are using this secret feature in the game. I don't even think this is a secret feature, bro. This is like really overhyped. But these save slots, guys, take advantage of these because you can basically get a completely fresh garden with absolutely nothing on it. Like, look at this, bro. Completely fresh garden where you can go ahead, plant a bunch of corn, plant a bunch of blueberries, whatever you guys want. And I recommend putting all of your cooking items over here right inside of your fresh garden. For those who do not know what all the plants you need to go ahead and complete the cooking event, simply go ahead and go to the description down below where you are going to find my Discord server. Go ahead and join my Discord server, and inside here, guys, you're going to find every single recipe you need. Like, check this out, guys. If you want to make all prismatic stuff, you can actually find every single recipe right over here. If for some reason you don't have something like bone blossom, someone will have something with, you know, something different in it. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, this is another tip for you guys, just a small little tip. You can use my Discord server to get a bunch of different recipes to go ahead and complete the cooking event, link to which is going to be in the description down below. Moving on to the fourth tip I have for you guys is once again inside of the gear shop. And I'm serious, bro. A lot of people actually slack off on this. Get yourself as many watering cans as you can. Guys, it's as simple as going right over here, getting yourself a free autoclicker. There's autoclickers on Android too. So if you guys are on Android, simply go to the Play Store and you're going to find a bunch of autoclickers, and you simply want to just go ahead and set up your autoclicker right there. It's going to keep on clicking infinitely. You can leave your device on overnight or whatever you want to do with it, and you're going to get like hundreds and hundreds of watering cans for free. And these things are very OP, guys. Like, seriously, check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and place a few of these tomatoes here, get myself a watering can. I don't know why I'm telling you guys why watering cans are good, but look at this, bro. Look at how quickly you can actually make this thing grow. Something that usually take like 2-3 minutes, you can just get it done in like a few seconds. And this scales up, by the way. If a plant is gonna be taking like 10 hours to grow, you can grow it up in like 20 minutes. It's really good. You need to use watering cans. They are super OP. Speaking of seeds and tomatoes and and stuff, did you know that there is actually no limit to how many seeds you can actually hold in your inventory? Yes, you can actually just go ahead and buy every single seed from every single seed shop, and there is no upper limit. Your inventory is not gonna get full. Check this out. I have like a bunch of corn seeds. I have like a bunch of tomato seeds, I think. Yeah, I have 164 tomato seeds. I have like 1,000 carrots. Guys, there is no limit. I promise you, there is freaking no limit to this. You can keep on getting as many seeds as you want, and you always should, because of events like the cooking event where you're gonna need corn. Like, who the hell actually plants corn? Not me. I've not planted corn in like weeks. But yeah, because of this event, I'm gonna have to plant corn, I'm gonna have to plant blueberries. So for that reason, if you guys have these seeds in advance, it's just very, very helpful. You don't have to keep on grinding out the seed shop whenever a new event comes out. Just keep them in your inventory. You know what I mean? A added benefit to that is if for some day they decide to remove the blueberry seed from the shop, you might have an exclusive seed on your hands, which, I mean, what are the chances of that? Not much, but it's still cool to have. Speaking of seeds and cool to have, this is a bad transition, but if you guys have any sort of cool plants in your inventory. For example, I have a bunch of cool plants, such as this guy right over here. This is a bone blossom with a bunch of mutations on it. Now, you can simply go ahead and sell it to this guy, who is going to give you guys a lot of money for it, or you can find someone to trade for it. Look at that, bro. Look at the amount of money this guy actually gives us. You can either go ahead and trade it right there, or you can go ahead and go to Discord servers like mine. Once again, link in the description down below, and you will be able to find a bunch of people trading for things right over here. So check this out, guys. There's a lot of people trading a lot of things. So yeah, if you guys want to get anything regarding trading, guys, simply go to the description down below, and yeah, you're gonna find a few right here. Whenever you guys are doing the sprinkler method, if you guys don't know what the sprinkler method is for some reason, this includes the master sprinkler, the basic sprinkler, the godly sprinkler, and of course the advanced sprinkler, which I don't have here for some reason. But yeah, you simply want to go ahead and place all of these sprinklers down just like this, and after you guys go ahead and do that, you want to collect each and every plant that is existing on your plant just like this. Now, once you guys have done this, a bunch of huge plants are gonna start growing. You don't even need to leave the game or anything, guys. At least in the case of tomatoes, maybe if you're growing bone blossom, you might have to leave the game just so the sprinklers, the timer on the sprinklers pauses, because that's how the sprinkler method works. Not a lot of people know this, but yes, if you leave the game while these sprinklers are placed, the timer on them is actually gonna stop. That's the sprinkler method. But that is not the tip, guys. The tip isn't use the sprinkler method. You should be using the sprinkler method, but a lot of people actually use the sprinkler method really wrong. Like, people don't know how to use the sprinkler method or do the sprinkler method. Every single time you guys go ahead and do the sprinkler method, and your main goal is to get a bunch of really valuable plants, not just big plants but valuable plants, you should always go ahead and delete plants that are not golden or rainbow. So for example, these plants are not golden or rainbow, and they're basically just going to be wasting a slot right there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete them, and in the case of something like tomato, they're just going to grow back in a few minutes. Once again, if you're doing this on something like bone blossom, you can simply leave the game, join back in 20 minutes, delete plants that are not golden, leave the game again, join back in 20 minutes, delete plants that are not golden. Of course, you don't have to do this if you guys have something like the dragonfly, which just turns your plant golden, or the butterfly, which makes your plants a rainbow. But for the beginners and the people who actually don't have the dragonfly and stuff, this is a very good tip that you guys should definitely be using. I'm getting really unlucky here and not getting a lot of golden plants. This is very annoying. Another tip I can go ahead and give you guys for the cooking update is to save space by only planting plants that you actually need for recipes. Once again, going back to my Discord server, for example, if you are following this recipe right here, let's say you guys do have a bunch of bone blossoms that you can use for this recipe, then only go ahead and plant the required plants. Only plant tomatoes, only plant corn, only plant sugar apple, bone blossom, pumpkin, sugar glaze, banana, bamboo, coconut, and yep, that's it. How many plants is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. You just need to plant 9 plants for this entire event instead of, filling up your garden with a bunch of random things. This not only makes making the plants like really big simple, because you can have all your plants in a small area, do the sprinkler method on them, make them absolutely massive, but it also means that you're saving on space, and it's also easy to find all of the fruits that you need like ASAP, because there's only 9 of them. So yeah, this is like a small little tip for you guys for the cooking event. Once again, this event is just really complicated, so good luck with that. Another thing that a lot of people actually miss out on or even skip out on is daily quests. Especially if you guys are a beginner player, you should always do these. If you go over to the gear shop and then go ahead and talk to this NPC and say show me daily quests, as you guys can see, we have daily quests right over here, and these are very simple, guys. If you are a new player to grow a garden, you should be completing these every single day because you get a bunch of free seed packs. And early on, man, I'm telling you, these seed packs are very, very good. Later on, they're kind of useless, but if you are a new player, this is a very, very handy thing that you should be doing. Another tip for new players is to always and always save money. It's very, very tempting to, you know, buy something like a carrot, then upgrade to a strawberry, then upgrade to a blueberry, which sucks, by the way. A blueberry is awful. It's the same thing as a strawberry, but just takes up more space. Do not buy the blueberry if you're a new player. But there's a certain list you should be following. For example, from a strawberry, you should be going straight to an orange tulip. From an orange tulip, you should just save up until you can buy yourself a bunch of bamboo, because these are what are gonna make you guys millions and millions of shekels in this game. And after you guys have a bamboo, I recommend going straight to something like the elder strawberry, the sugar apple, amber lily, etc, etc, whatever you can get your hands on, bro. Anything else in the middle, guys, like cactus, coconut, these are all just bad. You should not be wasting your money on those. Another tip I can go ahead and give you guys, if you are a new player and you want to make money very, very fast, focus always on the events. These events right over here are very, very good, and usually they're also very, very easy. This event, not so easy for beginners, but usually events are very easy. And in these events, guys, you get something like these eggs. You get a bunch of really, really OP seeds, and these are always and always better than the seeds you can actually buy inside of the seed shop. Like I'm telling you, bro, the onion is better than something like pepper. It's insane. These seeds are very good, and you should always and always get them. You can tell the economy of Growy Garden is pretty cooked, but yeah, trust me, don't bother with that guy, bother with this big guy. Oh, also, we have a matching mustache. You see that? That's cool, no? Yeah, that's... A lot of people don't actually understand how sprinklers work in this game. It's actually pretty silly, but not all sprinklers make your plants golden, and not all sprinklers make your plants big. It's as simple as just going over to the shop and reading what they do. As you guys can see, a basic sprinkler only increases growth speed and fruit size. An advanced sprinkler does not make your fruit bigger. Yes, that's right, advanced sprinkler does not make your fruits bigger, so you don't need to use this if you're trying to get massive plants. Always and always read the description. It's very important. A lot of people tend to not do that. If you guys have played Growy Garden for even just a few hours, you might have heard of something called the Mooncat method, or even the Triceratops method. Basically, what these two pets do is they go ahead and nap around your plant, and any new fruit within a 20 stud area of them napping becomes 1.5 times larger. And the cool thing about this is that it stacks up. So if you guys have 8 pets, that's going to be 1.5 multiplied by 8, which is 12 times larger than the fruit usually might be. Guys, 12 times larger is kind of insane. So yeah, the Mooncat method is very, very good, but obtaining the Mooncat is quite difficult. In fact, it's impossible. You can't get this anymore. So yeah, the Mooncat method is pretty much dead. But did you know you can actually go ahead and use something called an orange tubby? This basically does the same thing as a Mooncat. I'm not even kidding, bro. Look at this. Read this. It's literally the same thing. And the cool thing with the orange tubby is it's significantly easier and cheaper to get from the trading market compared to the Mooncat. Now, the orange tubby is also unobtainable in the game, so you can't just go to the shop and buy the orange tubby egg or the rare egg, whatever it came in, but it is significantly cheaper inside of something like trading shops. For example, once again, my Discord server, link in the description down below. If you go ahead and trade here, there's going to be a bunch of people trading the orange tubby for a very, very cheap price compared to, you know, others. And now that we actually have a trading system in the game, I feel a lot more comfortable promoting trading to you guys, because honestly, it's pretty hard to get scammed now. So yeah, if you guys have not already, you should definitely try out the Mooncat method with the orange tubbies. And if you go ahead and pair up the Mooncat method with sprinklers, you might get some pretty massive plants. So yeah, try that out. Once again, there's so many methods online. You guys can go ahead and watch my videos on this, or any other YouTuber, whoever you prefer, guys. Just go ahead and search up something like Mooncat method, and you're gonna see exactly what you need to do. Another thing that a lot of people tend to forget is this guy right here, the crafting shop. When was the last time you actually went to craft one of these new sprinklers in the game? Oh, I'll tell you, probably like weeks and weeks ago when this update actually came out. But these sprinklers are very good, especially if you guys are trying to grow something like a watermelon, a cacao, or something like the moon melon, especially with the sweet soaker sprinkler. This thing is very good because you can actually combine it with the other sprinklers. So the master, basic, advanced, godly, and even the grandmaster sprinkler, guys, you can actually go ahead and combine this, and it actually does increase the size of your moon melons by a lot. So yeah, don't forget these, guys. The crafting menu is here. Even something like the lightning rod and tanning mirror, people tend to forget these things. They're still in the game, guys. Make them. They're very cheap, and they're gonna make you guys a lot of money. These two are very nice. Okay, coming back to the basics, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the watering can one more time. Did you know you do not have to spam the watering can like this? You don't have to keep on doing this, guys. You're basically just wasting watering cans, especially when you are a starter and 50,000 shekels is quite a lot of money. You can actually save on watering cans by simply clicking, waiting 3 seconds, clicking again, waiting 3 seconds, clicking again, waiting 3 seconds. You can tell whenever the water starts going away just like that, you want to click again. And yeah, this basically does the same thing as spamming. I'm not even kidding, and you save on so many freaking watering cans. It's insane. Once again, preferably get yourself an auto clicker, set a timer for like 3 seconds, and yeah, just go ahead and sit there and check this out. It's gonna do it for me. I'm not even doing this, bro. A lot of people actually don't understand how the cooking event works, and let me just go ahead and briefly explain to you guys how this thing works. So there is actually 2 criteria for this event, 2 things you need to keep in mind. Number 1 is going to be size, and number 2 is going to be rarity. So number 1, size of the fruit matters. For example, if you're going to be making something like a hot dog, of course you're going to need some corn, and you can go ahead and use something like bone blossom. So make sure the corn you're using is actually bigger, because bigger plants make bigger food, which gives you guys more rewards. Once again, bigger plants equals bigger food, which equals more rewards. And that goes for bone blossom too. You want to make sure you're using bigger bone blossoms. Of course, you can make big plants using the sprinkler method as we talked about before. And what this ensures is you get the most rewards out of your plants. Now, the second thing that matters is the rarity. And this is how you guys can go ahead and get rarer and rarer rewards from Mr. Piggy right over here. For example, you can actually make a hot dog simply using pepper and corn. Yes, pepper and corn also makes a hot dog. But since those 2 plants are not very rare, you're not going to get rare rewards. You're usually only going to get something like watering cans, fork friends, food trays, etc, etc. But since we're using bone blossom, we have a chance of getting prismatic rewards right over here. I've made a complete guide on how to actually do the cooking event if you guys are still confused. So go to my channel, check it out, but that's a simple explanation of how the cooking event actually works. Another thing you should always keep in mind is always give this dude what he is craving. The craving always resets every few minutes, or every hour, sorry. So always give him what he is craving, or of course, you're not gonna get as good rewards as you normally would. You could also try and pre-craft all of the items before you actually give it to the pig. For example, he's craving a sandwich right now, but I have all of the materials I need to make myself a hot dog. So I'm just gonna pre-craft a bunch of hot dogs, so I'm prepared for whenever he is craving hot dogs, and then just, you know, feed him and get a bunch of rewards out of it. So yeah, you guys can also do that if you want to. Moving on, the next tip I can go ahead and give you is regarding eggs. Yes, eggs right over here. You guys probably have a bunch of these. The first tip I can go ahead and give you guys is by going over to the shop, and once you guys go over to the shop, you can actually get extra egg slots. So as you guys know, by default, you can only place 3 eggs in your garden. But did you know you can go over to the shop right here, go to free upgrades, and inside of the free upgrades, guys, if you click on this green button, you will actually be able to increase the amount of slots you have. As you guys can see, I just got myself 3 extra slots by simply submitting a pet that is of this age. This keeps on changing, by the way, so keep that in mind. If I submit an age 45 pet, it's going to ask me for an age 55 pet, and then a age 65, and finally an age 75. So yeah, keep that in mind. So if you guys want to hatch a bunch of eggs, go ahead and do that. It's very useful. Now, I know getting aged pets is quite difficult, but don't worry. Once again, I have a tip for you guys for this too. If you guys got a bunch of starfish from the summer event, good. You are in luck, because these things are very OP. Because as you guys can see, every second this guy gains an additional 8 XP, and I also have a bunch of XP multiplier pets in my garden too, so you guys can go ahead and do this too. If you have them, something like capybara, night owls, and of course the blood owl too, you guys can go ahead and use them. But if you did not get yourself a starfish, don't worry, we have a new pet that's just as good. If you guys go over to the shop right here, now you do have to be just a little bit lucky and get yourself something like the Mochi Mouse. The Mochi Mouse grants bonus experience per second to all active food type pets. Now, what is a food type pet? Let's go ahead and find out right now. As you guys can see, all of these are food type pets. So you can go ahead and use the Mochi Mouse to get a bunch of XP on something like the Bagel Bunny, age it up really far to like age 50 or something, and then go ahead and trade it in for free upgrades, or, you know, trade it in with other people who are looking for aged pets or something like that. Whatever you guys want to do, but yeah, that's the best way to go ahead and age pets. Additionally, what you can also go ahead and do is use an ostrich before you actually go ahead and hatch the egg. Because what a ostrich does is it basically goes ahead and grants pets hatched from eggs an age bonus. What that basically means is instead of your pet coming out to be age number 1, it's probably going to be coming out to be age number like 20, depending on how many ostriches you actually have in your garden. It's not much of a boost, but if you guys have a bunch of ostriches laying around, it's honestly not bad. It's worth it in my opinion. Of course, if aging pets is a priority for you guys, you can also go ahead and get yourself the new medium toys, medium treat, whatever you guys want to go ahead and get. Medium treat is what gives you guys XP, and of course the level lollipop, which in my opinion is not that worth it unless your pet is already at like age 90 and it's taking forever to get like age 100. Don't use this thing, bro. It's not worth it. I'm sick and tired of talking about these pets and XP and the stats and all that, bro. I'm sick of it. Let's go ahead and move on to updates. Everyone loves updates. A really good tip I can go ahead and give you guys is every single time an update comes out, don't rush to it. Don't go ahead and try and complete the update in the first 30 minutes. No. Never ever do that. A very cool tip I can give you guys is subscribe to channels like mine that gives you guys tips and tricks about new updates. Another thing you can also go ahead and do is join my Discord server. I know, I keep saying it, but guys, trust me, in my Discord server, a lot of people are sharing the new recipes, for example. Like all of these prismatic recipes, my Discord members found them. So yeah, you guys can just join my Discord server, go ahead and just go to something like recipes, and here you'll find every single recipe you need in the game. And this is for every single update. When the harvest event was in the game, my Discord server was helping each other out do the harvest event. So yeah, if you guys want help with updates, if you guys want tips and tricks for new updates, go ahead and join places like my Discord server, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel because I bring you guys some pretty crazy tips and tricks too. Another tip I can go ahead and give you guys is, once again, if you have between 1 million and like 50 million shekels, you know, you're just starting off, always focus on bamboo. Bamboo is very good and you can get a bunch of them very easily. Once again, you can use the auto clicker trick where you basically just sit here overnight getting a bunch of bamboo, and trust me, you're gonna get like 500 bamboo overnight. Go ahead and plant all 500 of that bamboo, and bro, I kid you not, let's go ahead and use a mutation calculator here. Select bamboo, and we're gonna go ahead and select some of the most common mutations we have in the game right now. Check this out, bro. I just selected like a few mutations. There's so many more. I don't want to go through all of them because this video is gonna get really long, but look at this. You're making an easy 10 million from one bamboo. Yes, one bamboo. That's only 4,000 shekels is gonna make you guys 10 million shekels. And if you do the sprinkler method on that bamboo, you know, before you go ahead and plant it, look at this. One of them is going to be 70 million shekels. One of them. If you plant like 24 of those, that's 70 million multiplied by 24. It's insane how good bamboos are for beginners. And then after you guys have a bunch of money saved up, you can go ahead and try focusing on the more better seeds such as elder strawberry, like I mentioned before, giant pine cone, etc. So always focus on bamboos early on. It's very good. Another very good tip for beginners is to never sell your pets to this guy right here. For example, if you have something like a snail, do not sell it to this guy. Check this out. Check how much value this guy is actually going to give me for it. 6 million shekels. It's not much. Instead, what you can go ahead and do is, once again, go to Discord servers like mine where you can find people to trade with. And I guarantee you, bro, that there's going to be someone who's going to be trading for something like a snail. You just got to find someone who is actually willing to trade with you. It's difficult, it's not easy. Of course, it's more difficult than just going here and clicking a button, of course. But if you want to get the most value or maybe even a different pet for your snail, trading is a very good option. Just make sure, and this is another tip, make sure you guys are not trust trading. Trust trading is basically when you go ahead and gift the other person your pet. No. We don't need to do that anymore, guys. We have something called a trading ticket that basically lets you guys trade in the game now. So always use a trading ticket. This is an actual tip I'm giving you guys. Use this. Do not trust trade. Another tip, if you guys are a newer player or even if you are an experienced player who for some reason does not have a Discord notifier yet, please get one ASAP. Once again, my Discord server has a Discord notifier which is not updated yet, but soon I'm gonna update it to the latest version. So yeah, go ahead, link in the description. You're gonna get yourself a nice little Discord notifier. No nonsense at all, guys. I don't usually ping people in the Discord server either, so trust me, go ahead and join it. Oh, and also stay away from people like this. I don't know why this guy's saying not going first when we literally have a trading ticket in the game. So yeah, don't trade with people who say not going first because they're probably gonna scam you. So yeah, once again, just use a trading ticket, bro. You don't have to go first. Nobody has to go first. Just be careful. Speaking of trading, by the way, avoid trading popular pets early. For example, something like the brand new Mochi mouse. The value for the Mochi mouse is actually not known yet. Not just the Mochi mouse, by the way, anything else that just got added in the new update, try and not trade for these. If you guys got these, if you guys got lucky enough to get something like the spaghetti sloth or this French fry guy, try and not trade them yet. Wait for another week and I guarantee you, bro, I 100% guarantee you, the value of that pet is gonna skyrocket once people actually find methods that are gonna be, you know, exploited. For now, guys, some of these pets are not gonna be trading for much. So once again, I recommend holding on to your pet for just a little bit longer because someone is definitely gonna trade a lot more money for it. Another tip you guys can go ahead and use regarding trading is having an alt account that basically holds all of your valuable pets. For example, something like a snail. I do not need this in my inventory. I just want to trade this out, but again, I only have a limited amount of space in my inventory, so I don't want to keep it on my main account. So what I'm going to do is get myself an alt account, go ahead and put all of my useless pets or all the pets I want to trade onto my alt account just so my main account's inventory is just a little bit lighter. You can also go ahead and upgrade your inventory, but this is just so expensive and you don't really get much inventory space out of this anyways. So yeah, using an alt account is like a million times better than trying to upgrade this, bro. Trust me. Another tip I can go ahead and give you guys regarding trading is to always learn the prices of every single pet. Not just the pet, but also the mutations you have on that pet. This is very difficult. A trade value list is very, very difficult to get and even find. For example, if you just go ahead and search it up on Google, you're not going to really see a lot of people here. There is this site here that kind of sort of tries to do it, but let's see how much a bagel bunny is actually worth. So I'm going to trade a bagel bunny for something like, I don't know, a brown mouse. Let's see. So yeah, it's got the value of the brown mouse, which is about 6 billion, but we don't know what the value of the bagel bunny is yet. So you can use sites like this if you want. I don't know how accurate they really are. But guys, the only way to actually learn trade values is to just trade. You just got to go ahead, go through all of these, see what these people are actually trading. And also, if you are the one trading something, for example, if I'm trading the snail, don't go first. Ask the other person what they are willing to trade for it. Because sometimes you could ask like 5 or 6 people and see what 5 or 6 people say. And yeah, you can try and calculate the average. Look, trading is not easy, so you are going to get scammed. You are going to get underpaid at some point. But it's all a learning experience, so good luck. Good luck to you. But yeah, this is honestly a tip, by the way. Do not be rushing your trades. Always take your time. Let a lot of people DM you if you guys are trading for something like a raccoon. Let a bunch of people DM you. See what the value of the pet is actually, you know, see what 5 or 6 people actually want to trade for that pet, and then you'll know what the value of that pet is. Oh, and another tip I can go ahead and give you guys is to always see if the pet has some sort of secret ability. For example, something like the moon cat isn't really that crazy. I mean, it was 100 million when it was obtainable a really, really long time ago, and when it came out, honestly guys, not a lot of people cared about it. But when the moon cat method was found, this thing skyrocketed in value. So yeah, you always do not go off of the tier of the plant or the pet. Always go off of its ability, because this is what really matters. Another tip I can give you guys is to screenshot your trades or record a video of you trading. Now, this is not really necessary because it's really, really hard to get scammed. But I guess you can still do it to show off or something. I don't know, it's up to you guys if you want to take screenshots, but now it doesn't really matter. With that being said, guys, that is 50 tips for you guys in Roblox to grow a garden. If you guys found this video even just slightly useful, leave a like and subscribe for even more grow a garden tips and tricks just like this one. And of course, subscribe because we're so close to 300k, man. Please, I just want to get to 300k. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It means a lot. If you did make it all the way to the end, go ahead and comment down tips. Let's see how many people actually made it to the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.